towards retirement.
There, go ahead.
You know, within
I'll cut it out.
by next month. I don't know what's going on here, but
That was me.
And so I have this list of all these wonderful things I want to do, but this is just so much fun. I'm
It's your
learning
birthday party.
so yeah. So here's to you.
Cheers.
Here's to you.
Yeah.
I
love birthdays.
I love your llama mug. I love we all have a hot mug of something too.
I know, right?
It truly is a BOGO brunch.
Yeah, that's what we have to do, right? All right, so I am reverting to recording, and we will post it because we just said it was on Zoom. So as soon as we finish, I'll cut off that first little bit, and then we'll just go on in, and we'll post it in to the group. So today, super exciting.
Yeah.
Biggest piece of news, though, you can still get a BOGO box. Like what the what? So I don't know that they have changed the quantity, meaning can you get one today if you got two yesterday? I don't know. Probably not, but maybe you might want to look. But it also is a free enrollment. And I can't say enough about we beat it into the ground yesterday, but tonight we're doing a class on immunity, and I mean serendipitously, or actually, you know, quite in line with every single one of these oils that I happen to know about are coming in the BOGO box are highlighted in this class because it's all about the emotional tied to, you know, the overall body system health tied to how that impacts our immune system. And that's what this box is. So it's amazing. If you want to know more, if you're the type of person who doesn't like the surprise and you need to know what they are before you jump in, reach out to your person and they will let you know. Spoiler. Golly, come on, have a little faith. But no, I hear you. So, but today I am so excited because today I was laughing. I rolled over this morning and I looked, you know, grabbed my phone to look and see. And of course, you know, Leslie's got the scoop. And I look and I'm like, this is like the toilet paper and hand sanitizer of oils, right? These are the oils that you have to have. It might not be the most romantic, you know, it's not the neroli, it's not the, you know, ylang-ylang of yesterday, but you need yourself some peppermint and some breathe to get through these days, right? And you want to be stocked up and you don't want to run out, right? $11 each. Are you freaking kidding me right now? $11 each is insane. It's insane. We're talking, that's what it costs for lemon. And not to undervalue lemon, which by the way, workhorse queen, right? Amazing. But I just can't get over the idea that I'm going to be able to get stocked up on these two oils that we use constantly for $11 each, both from a parent perspective, a human being perspective, also a business perspective. By the way, I sample a ton of peppermint and I am so excited to cut my cost in half on that one. Thank you very much. And so, you know, it's amazing. All right. Who wants to hit me with what some of their favorite uses on peppermint? Let's highlight her first, right? Because, I mean, come on. You can talk for hours on just peppermint. Diana, what you got?
Peppermint is my pal. Every afternoon, I have my peppermint and my wild orange in my water. And I used to drink caffeinated beverages all afternoon. I was just like slumping, you know, after lunch, and I couldn't get through the afternoon, but I quit all the caffeinated beverages and I just do peppermint and wild orange in my water. And I put it in my water bottle or put it in my glass of water, and I just pep right up and I wake up and I can think and do what I need to do. And I love it.
It's amazing, right? You shared that tip with me and I started doing that. And it's funny because I'll be like kind of having one of those afternoons where I don't know why, but suddenly the kids become far more annoying after 2:00. I'm not quite sure what that is, right? But somehow it seems to work out that way. And I remember, it's because I'm getting tired. In the water, and it wakes you up. It kind of gives you, it wakes up my brain.
Yes.
Energy too, but it really wakes up my brain.
Yeah, it's, oh my gosh, I use it for so many things. I've been having like pain in my hands and or discomfort in my hands and other areas. And I've just, it takes that tenseness away. It takes that tightness away. I use it to cool off because I'm getting those wonderful hot flashy times, and and I put it in a spray, and I'm just cooling off. Like this is, I need it. I need it, and I need more of it.
Yeah, right. Have you guys been catching any of those handmade holiday posts I've been doing every day this month? Yeah, I'm going to tell you at least like 6 of them have peppermint as the featured oil for what you're making, right? I mean, because it's good for your feet. It's good for your tummy. It's good for the flavor. I mean, it just has so many ways that it's amazing. And I was laughing like, okay, well, if I just decide to make 2 of those, as like gifts to send to, friends, family, loved ones, I'm going to need several bottles of you know what I mean? Like last year we did peppermint brownies, which was amazing, by the way. They are so stinking delicious. And I got a bunch of peppermint, but he didn't have it on BOGO. So I'll be making some more of those this year. They're so easy. It's like, I'll just tell you, get a box of brownie mix because I'm not Susan. I don't bake like that. And I'm not Trixie. Okay. I buy the Ghirardelli at Costco.
Yes.
Okay. I mix it together. I add in like 2 to 3 drops of peppermint. Then I bake it, and at the end, you just break up some candy canes and sprinkle them on the top. Done. I'm telling you, it's the most delicious thing you've ever had. It's the most delicious thing.
That's what I was going to say.
Celine is saying instant neck pain relief. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, November is like,
and you
the
smell
month of
fresh.
Thanksgiving. And I really enjoyed doing the peppermint brownie bark last year and giving it to like the post office and, friends and family and the fire station and everybody. And they were really appreciative of it. And it's so easy.
Yeah, Tammy, tell us how you made it, because you did the bark and it was incredible.
Yeah, so same thing. I used the Costco brownie mix and put the peppermint in it, but instead of filling my pan full, I just made a small layer, and then I cooked it until it started kind of getting crisp. And then when it dries, you just break it up, and easy.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Wow. I love that you give to your community. That is
absolutely.
So I want to really focus on that this year. I've never really, since I've lived here in the mountains, ever done that. And we all, it's a tiny little village here. We all depend on, fire and rescue and all of that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
Just like communities, but I've never celebrated them in that way. And how easy with doTERRA to be able to share the gift of health and wellness plus a yummy. You know what I mean? We love that idea, Tammy. Wow.
Well, and normally it's very inexpensive to do that, but now it's pennies.
Right.
To do that, right?
I think peppermint is an oil that you kind of take for granted, because I've always had like 4 or 5 just as backups, just because, it's peppermint. But then the other day I went to go get my peppermint because, I like my spreadsheets and I have, but I need to update them. I went to go get a peppermint and I had like 2 left. What is happening? And then the doTERRA BOGO gods came and said, don't worry, Leslie, we'll take care of it today.
Perfect.
Yeah. And the other thing I love is Breathe Touch, the roller on my chest right before I go to bed. It kind of gives a sense of release and letting go and opening up and just giving, the ability to breathe. It's different when you diffuse it. It's lovely. It's wonderful. But to have it on your chest and to feel the tingle, and you can really feel it opening. And I think it helps me relax a little bit more.
That's beautiful before bed. I like that.
Yeah. So do you guys want the quick, fast, and dirty on some more peppermint tips? I've got a list here. And this is not the list that, by the way, this is the crazy list. Get out your encyclopedia and look at the craziness of peppermint. Do a search online for 100 uses of peppermint and you'll find it. But the ways that I found that we use it a lot in our team, in our community, one is floomp. Have you ever heard of people doing floomp? Note the p at the end.
Ooh.
That's to help open up and support respiratory health, right? Sorry, there's a air blower thingy behind me. I'm sorry. She's really far away too. I don't know what the problem is. So what you're doing there is you're just adding the way that you do your frankincense, lemon, oregano, on guard, melaleuca. At the end, you're going to add a couple drops of peppermint. I do this if the first signs of a colder situation, right, is in tightness in the chest or respiratory somehow, right, congestion. Yeah. If it's aches and pains, I do copaiba. You know, we all have little things, right? So it's all about where is it starting. If it's a sore throat, I double up on guard and copaiba. But otherwise, P for that sneezing, runny nose all of a sudden, sinus congestion, lung congestion, right at the very beginning, added to your flume recipe. Menopausal support, like Diana said, make that little spray it on the back of your neck. Also, if you're like me and like maybe a long hike is a little bit hard.
Yes.
A little tiny one of those little spray bottles. The ones like when you run out of your hand sanitizer, like we talked about yesterday, fill that with a little bit of water and some peppermint oil and spray it on the back of your neck. It's unreal. Like you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Joan, what are you gonna
I was gonna say that I sampled peppermint that way for Sue. That was like the first thing that I gave her because she was having some hip and sciatic pain. And I said, try this. And I said, and you can keep it in the refrigerator too and use it for heat, whatever. It's fantastic. And she absolutely loved it. And that was what brought her in. Yeah.
Very nice.
Sorry,
yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I love it pre-sports. You guys know I'm a sporty girl and I like to get out there and break a sweat and climb a mountain or whatever. And I love peppermint before sports. It just, like we were talking about how it wakes you up and engages you right away. I'm sure if Heather was here, she'd be talking about how it's great for gaming for her man. But for physical sports in combination with that breathe, oh my gosh, you are open and you're fierce and you're ready.
Yeah, you're so right. Peppermint is Heather's fiance's absolute favorite oil. It's also one you'll never find Manny at anything. Like if you're just out and about and Manny's there, ask him for some peppermint and I guarantee he will pull a bottle out of his pocket. He always has it with him.
Love it.
He likes it. We discovered this use, I think, at convention. Remember, everybody passes around like the peppermint beadlets, you know? Well, after a while, you just get hardcore and you're like, just give me the bottle, right? It's kind of like everything else in life. And so, you know, now when you're sitting through long things or you're just trying to make sure you're alert, he's also not a good nighttime driver. And so he likes to do a little drop or two on his tongue, not under, but on his tongue itself. Swallow it. It wakes you up and it feels so good. And you're just like, okay, I'm ready to go. It's like you took a little cat nap, you know, really, really good. But yeah, ask him. He'll pull it out. And if we're at home, he'll know where the nearest bottle of Serenity is if we're home. But if we're out and about, he's got peppermint at all times. Might be in his car, but he always has it with him depending on where we are. So another one is head tension. So many, Carolyn was just saying that she's got it going in her diffuser right now with eucalyptus and frankincense. This is a gateway oil for so many people for head tension. Leslie, weren't you saying yesterday is that how you started using peppermint at first?
Yep, that was this peppermint's my gateway drug. Headache, tension, and then your neck. And then slowly but surely my girls would start making fun of me. Like one of them had a fever. And I was like, well, let's look up in the book. And I looked at them and I was like, guess what oil is good for fevers? And they're like, peppermint. Of course it's peppermint. Like peppermint is everything.
It really is. Okay, after sun spray, a little bit of lavender and some peppermint and a little bit of aloe vera or even just water. It's so soothing if you accidentally end up getting a little bit too much sun, which happens, unfortunately, to everyone from time to time. In your cleaners, I love it to put in all of my bathroom cleaners, especially when I'm cleaning the shower, because then when you take a shower next time, you get like that wonderful, it's like a little respiratory chamber of yumminess and wake you up. And it's so amazing. Helping to be alert and focused. This is in the homework helper blend. This is in the focus blend, which is going to be your like wild orange and peppermint, right? Really kind of getting you going there. Nausea, yeah, like let's get real, right? A little peppermint in the belly button will get you through a lot of stuff, a lot of nasty stuff. But also motion sickness. I like to diffuse it in the car. I like to have it on hand for in my belly button. But you can also put it in your water, like Diana was saying, and it will soothe an upset or irritated or angry tummy or digestive tract. Okay. It works both ways. It's so, so good. Flying through these for you guys. Intestinal support, obvious, right? Respiratory support, right? In the diffuser. My kids love the way it smells. So we are big on Guard and peppermint in the diffuser as a way to just help support respiratory lung health. Also, of course, an incredible support with lemon and lavender for respiratory health when it comes to seasonal allergies, right? I mean, that's been a game changer for my son, 100%. Oh, Joan's like, yes, the pilot, half pilot will travel. She's like hiking with the thing right in front of her. Cold sores. Do you know you could use it on cold sores? Oh, did I lose Miss Joan? I think I did for a second. Cold sores. Go ahead.
No,
okay.
I was just going to
say,
were you
gonna say something
that,
or just?
I have that allergy blend going right now because I was a little bit runny in the nose. And so I have it right here in the pilot at my desk working. Yeah.
It's so nice. That sometime we'll do another seasonal allergy class at some point. Come to that and I will share the whole story of my son. And it's one of those stories where you just kind of go, I can't even believe that's real. And it's one of the reasons why we are so invested in our oils. And that's peppermint is in there, so important. Bug bites. If Lig were here, she would tell you, you got a mosquito bird size thing flying at you and it bites you, a little peppermint drop on there and it goes away right away. Also, if you are someone who has an allergic response, meaning allergies for you kind of come out in your skin, right? So itchy hands, itchy palms, itchy webs of fingers, itchy toes, so on. Peppermint just soothes it and you can go back to sleep or you can just totally get back to regular life and stop just, wanting to rip your skin off. Endurance, like Miss Trixie talked about. And then this is my favorite and it segues into our next one. I don't know about you guys, but I have been rocking out a little tiny drop of peppermint. And then I actually, and I'm not even kidding you, I like the Breathe Touch. I use it on the inside of my mask. I take my mask and I like the touch because it's already kind of brought down a little bit, right? A drop of peppermint and then the Breathe Touch and I rub it on the inside of my mask, you know what I mean, before I put it on. Game changer. If you are, especially here, it's Florida. I mean, today it's gorgeous, but it's hot, muggy, wearing a heavy mask, riding a bike, doing anything. It can be a little bit like, okay, wow, that's challenging. But with that on there, everything's open and you don't even feel it all restricted. Plus it's supportive of good respiratory health through that whole process. But that's my hidden list. Who's got, what did I miss?
It's great in hot tea. It's great in hot tea too.
And
you can also do like a little trio there in your tea for any time when you're having like, crud and just not feeling great. And it's just so nice. You like steam yourself open and you could breathe and then you drink it down your throat especially if you add honey to your tea with that. And then you're just like, you just feel better. You just feel better. You don't have that scratchiness anymore and you can breathe.
It's so wild how one plant, one oil from this one plant can be so supportive in so many ways. That must be why when you plant peppermint or mint in your garden, it just takes over because it's like, oh no, I got this. Hold my beer, right?
I got a lot to do. Back off. I love
take over here.
The potency alone that, that peppermint equals 28, one drop of peppermint oil equals 28 cups of peppermint tea is astounding to me. So much so that I don't even use the tea anymore. We just put the oil in with the boiling water. And I know that sounds like ghetto fabulous, but we don't need the tea. It's more about the oil.
It's smart, right? Because you already know what you're going for. I mean, the tea is nice for color, but let's be real. Let's just throw some oil in there and move on. Tammy, go ahead.
And then one other thing that I just like is the peppermint poopery for the bathroom. You just put a couple drops on the toilet paper roll or in a spray bottle and takes care of it.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Sorry, I'm grabbing my charger because I just looked up and realized Carrie was dying. Okay, so let's talk about our Breathe Touch, right? What do we have in there? Laurel, eucalyptus globulus, peppermint, melaleuca, lemon, cardamom, Ravensara, and Ravensara. I know that sounds like I said the exact same thing, but one is an I and a T, and one is just a raven, like all of us, right? So, really powerful blend. But this to me is my favorite way to get it initially because, Olive, what are you doing? Hold on, my dog is out. I'll be right back. You guys talk about Breathe Touch for a minute. Olive.
I like Breathe, like Leslie said, for sleeping time. That's nice. And also for certain people who are noisy sleepers with the snoring, it's very helpful.
We have a bunch of cross-country people in our little group, cross-country runners, and it's a wonderful, wonderful, of course, respiratory support, rubbing on their chest before they start their runs. And actually, what they've also been doing is rubbing it on the bottom of their feet.
Yes.
Which I thought was pretty interesting. But one point I wanted to say really quick, Joan, when you were saying that you woke up with the sniffles, and so you put your pilot on with the lemon, lavender, and peppermint. I think it's so funny because if I hear an ailment or if someone says, oh, I have a stuffy nose, or oh, I have this, or oh, I have that, I am right there with, oh, you need to try this, this, and this. But all this morning, I'm like, you know, with my nose and I have a little headache. I'm like, why don't you take your own advice? You have absolutely every single tool to take care of this.
Of course.
And I just had to throw that out there.
Susan always says that. Susan always says that, right? The worst patients, right, are the people who know, right? In her case, nurses and doctors. But I do it all the time. I'll be like, why am I think we forget that people were just sort of used to thinking, at least for me, I'm used to thinking I just got to like deal with it to get through it because that's how I've always done it. I forget, I literally don't have to suffer. I can just fix it if I remember to do it. It's crazy. All right, sorry about that. My dog was out. I look over and I'm like, well, that's a cute. Oh wait, that's my dog walking toward a body of water without any leash on. My kids went out and did not close the door all the way. That's a thing. Anyhow, she's okay. She's in here. And Luna's old and deaf and just sitting there looking around like doors wide open. She's like, I have no interest in leaving. Anyway, so I wanted to take a quick second just to talk about why is this one not one that we take internally? Because really you hear the recipe or you hear the list of ingredients. It features Eucalyptus globulus, which is the highest concentration of cineol, which is like at a 70 to 85% concentration. And that is the chemical constituent that's at work. It's a monoterpene. That's what's at work in this eucalyptus. You can get like a radiata or a different type of eucalyptus varietal, but they don't have that super high level of that cineol. Ours is that highest level because it has the highest support, for mucolytic and spasmolytic, big words, right? Response. So helping to support healthy lungs and respiratory health. So we're getting everything there. It's helping to break down congestion. It's helping to open up the airways. And it's more important for us to have that varietal that's so powerful in especially something like Breathe. So that's why we're not taking it internally, but it's really, really powerful and good. I think it's amazing. I'm glad that would I like some eucalyptus I can eat? Sure. But I'm down with, I'd rather have the one that's going to be really, really supportive. This was my dad's gateway drug as
Really?
Leslie said. Yeah, it was the one that he was super anti. I mean, he like literally like yelled at me when I told him I was starting to do doTERRA. He was just like, what is wrong with you? Why did you get sucked into this bunch of junk? You know what I mean? Then he came out to visit us, and he got a cold on the plane, and you know, he was in the living room and I had the diffusers going with Breathe like crazy in there because he was all congesty, and I was also like, ooh, you're icky. Get, you know, I gotta like get rid of your nastiness over there. And I remember it was the moment, I'll never forget it, because I'm like, Dad, dinner's ready, you know, come on. He's like, well, I can't leave this blowing machine because it's the only thing keeping me breathing. And
Blowing machine.
yeah, he was just like, I don't know what's in this thing, but it's the only thing keeping me breathing, so I can't leave. And I was like, well, we can move it in here. And then I was like, all right, buddy, like let's talk about what's what, right? And now, I mean, you guys know he's in classes.
Yeah, look at him now.
Oh, he's got his BOGO box. He's like, oh, he's so excited about that Airx, by the way, which we're gonna have to have a little talk about that, because he's super bothered by the fires. I don't know if you guys remember he was really struggling with the fires, and this is going to be amazing for him. So
I remember walking past and seeing what he had done.
Oh, did you see his little
cooler?
See, isn't that funny when you
I
know
walked
somebody's
my dog behind his house, so
you're like, there's Bruce's makeshift
I'm like,
hillbilly
oh
cooler
yeah, I
pit.
see it. All right. Well, and so the Breathe also has laurel in it, yeah. So and that one, I'm assuming that one's not. You probably can't ingest that either.
Yeah,
but
usually you hear eucalyptus and you think, oh, because a lot of places you can get ingestible eucalyptus, right? But yeah, the laurel as well for obvious reasons. But it's so good. So how do you guys use the touch versus maybe how you're using it in other ways, like in the Breathe stick, which, God, I love that thing, or just the oil itself? But the Breathe touch, it's so specifically helpful. What are some ways you guys find that you like to use it? Anybody jump in?
I just love the portability of it. You know, especially now, it's always in my go bag. And because there's just crud out there, and even just like a quick palm diffuser, you know, and you don't have to, I don't know. It's just, I love the easiness of it. Is that a word? Easiness? Ease of it.
It is now.
I think it's a word.
It's a Leslieism.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already diluted in a form that's so soft and usable for every member of your family, which is super nice. I think it's also an easy way to introduce it to people.
Agreed.
A lot of times when people first find oils, they're a little bit like, whoa, because, you know, they're strong.
Yeah.
Let's be real. But the Breathe touch is like, it's like a gentle bridge over to the dark side or the light side, as it should be, right? But like, I love that about it. But
The oily side.
there you go, to the oily side of things, where you start getting excited about stuff like BOGOs.
Come on.
Yeah. Come on. We got you. Come on.
Come on.
Okay. You can bring your big windy machine or whatever you called it, air blowy machine. It wasn't even big. I don't know.
Right.
Right.
I like to use it for massage.
Ooh,
like, you know, it's great. It's the Breathe on the back or on the feet is really good to like just really get like a good releasing of like emotional and like tenseness that's like holding you, you know, you're holding in, and just to really kind of help you breathe deeper, because when we breathe deeper, that means we're more relaxed, right? We're able to relax and not be, you know, stressing out. And how we say we need to take a big exhale and stuff after like tense times. So I think it's really a wonderful stress relief to use especially the Breathe touch. So easy. Just put it on the back and then just rub it in, you know, or on the feet and just rub it in, and just kind of feel that emotional, like release, that exhale, and just like, it's really great for that too.
It's super calming when you can take a good deep breath and release in that exhale, right? Yeah. Tammy, what you're saying, meditation in the chat.
Well, like Diane was saying, you know, when you're starting to meditate, and if you do any of Wim Hof's breathing techniques or anything like that, if you actually have you, and I love the breathe touch because it's so gentle, you can rub it right underneath your nose, and it lasts longer than just taking a breath of it, but you can continue to breathe that while you're doing your meditation and breathing and how
Very
well, and
That's a
that breath
great
is so
idea.
important, right? The breath is so important for
life.
That focus. Well, but I mean in your meditation, right?
Breathing is
breathe, Terry. But no, like in meditation, like we've been doing this wonderful class series, which by the way, tomorrow, come and play with us, Inner Strength with Miss Joan. And I mean, the whole part where we start really focusing in on our breath and so if you're tight and tense and, you know, unable to really release that way, you just aren't able to connect in the same way. So I totally can see that, because for me that breath is like, even with my kids to this day, I'm like, whenever anybody's hurt, upset, having a little bit of a moment, it's okay, let's just take some deep breaths and focus on the and boy, talk about a difference, you know. But if you're someone who has the tension due to different situations, that can be really hard. So Celine is asking, I'm thinking, I can only see the first sentence about expiration dates on our oils, right? Because we have the oversight of the FDA, you cannot package anything, especially things that are for consumption, with a further out expiration date than 2 years. You have to put 2 years. 2 years is the furthest out you can put it. Does that mean that our oils expire after 2 years? I'm gonna just jump out on a limb here and tell you, no. I've had some longer than that have no issues whatsoever. You want to keep the lid on them because they are volatile, meaning that they are gonna, you know, just go ahead and go from a liquid state to a gaseous state, and so you don't want that to happen. But no issues there. It's just part of the legal aspects of internal use, right? And so 2 years is what it says on there. I'm not sure if that answers your question. I can't see the rest.
Does. She was asking about if she stocks up on peppermint today. Right? Will you have it? And I would say certainly if it's 2 years, you'll use it up, unless I don't know how much you're buying, but you know, you'll use it. I think you'll be fine. Yeah.
And this was your gateway drug too, birthday girl. So it's not going to go to waste. You know that.
No. Well, and also, I mean, you have to think about another aspect. I even kind of consider it, even if it was, which it's not 2 years, but even if it was, I would almost consider that 2 years from the date you opened it. But if you just have it, I mean, I've certainly had many longer than that. Tammy, I bet she's sitting on some old treasures. She's got some antiques. She's got some ancient oils. From the early days of doTERRA over there, right? Yeah. And they're fine.
They're still good. Yep.
The only time you really ever want to think about whether or not you want to continue a use of an oil is if you just have an instinct, like you smell it and something just seems weird, then of course follow your instinct. I have never had that happen, but I know people who've said. But here's the one way is if you like leave them in your car and it's 140 degrees in your car and they've been on like the dash of the car, it's not that they're bad, nothing bad. You're not going to get sick, nothing like that. But you have changed the chemical sort of balance that's happening there. And so they're probably less effective. It's not that they're toxic. They're just going to be less effective because you let them get too hot. That's the only, Tammy, you've been doing this a long time. Can you think of any other reason or why besides that would be a consideration? Maybe if you mix them with a carrier oil that can go rancid, that's a big way.
Yeah. If it's just straight in the bottle, you know, I have oils that I got 8 years ago and they're still good. It's just, I don't use them as frequently as everything. So you just kind of, and don't try not to contaminate the bottle. So like one of the things that we kind of said at the beginning is just take a drop as opposed to putting your finger on the top, because people can have gunk and crud on their hands and then put it on the top of the cap, of the reducer. But if you just take care of your oils and don't expose them to heat or sunlight, they're going to last you because they're pure, because they're certified pure therapeutic grade oils.
Yeah. And especially if you're doing it for stockpiling purposes, because there's no way any of that's happened, right?
Right.
You bought them, you put them in a drawer, you put it in a cupboard or whatever, and then you're ready to get your peppermint on whenever need
And that's
be,
one of the
right?
reasons why doTERRA diffuses with the fractionated coconut oil, because it doesn't go rancid. As where the olive oil and the jojoba, all of that will go rancid, but the fractionated coconut oil won't.
Will not.
I did
Yeah.
not know.
Yeah.
Tammy's
This is an idea that I love, just to kind of wrap around on this. I mean, I can think of a million different uses for my peppermint, right? And I definitely will be stockpiling several of the Breathe Touch. But if you want to do like Celine and you want to get yourself 5 peppermints, but you're thinking, what am I going to do with 5 Breathe Touches? You take them down to your essential workers. You take them down to our first responders. You take them down to the fire department. You take them down to the nurses station. They need Breathe, and they need Breathe Touch, and they need it. And so you're getting it for free.
Yeah.
You're getting it for free. And what a beautiful, your teachers, your grocery store bag people, they need this. And so consider that a wonderful way to be able to give a gift to people who really need this, and who aren't going to have access, but it's not going to cost you anything. And so it's a wonderful way to share, So with that, does anyone have anything that we've left out? Okay, one thing I did. I'm terrible. I know. I talk too much. Kids, Breathe Touch, even on little kids, is so soft and so gentle and so powerful. I can't say enough. And if you're a new mother, or you're a mother of a toddler, or a younger kid, and you're a little bit uncertain, or maybe you want to give this as a gift to someone during these times, it's already diluted. It's diluted all the way down to, I think about a year-old type level use. And so it's going to be gentle, and you just roll it on and you put it on the bottoms of their little feet, and they're good to go, and it's worry-free. So that's another beauty of the touch. It's done for you.
And then I want to remind people that have animals that the peppermint is really good, especially if you have horses. Horses love peppermint.
Wow.
So let's not forget about our animal people too, and they're safe to use on the animals. And I think you can actually use the Breathe Touch too.
Yeah, the Breathe Touch, I think you can.
paws.
It's diluted enough and to help support. Mine like the lavender touch for allergies. My white Scotty gets seasonal allergies, and she'll get really itchy, and a little bit of that. Just the touch oils are so wonderful for quick grab, use, go confidence.
Yeah,
right?
versatile.
Yeah, super versatile. I always laugh at myself because Susan's amazing, because she really is so much better than I am with understanding, like, maybe the roller ball after you roll it on your dog's tummy, maybe not so much going to put that on your lip right here. but I do. But maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that. Maybe listen to Susan and don't do that.
We're always appalling poor Susan.
Well, because she's studied all of the, it's like once it's kind of like that. It's like when I see people eating really bad stuff, or if I see people using bad chemicals, I'm like, but it's because I know. Well, she knows. Yeah. And I'm like, girl, just don't tell me. Okay. I don't want to know. I don't want to know all that. I'm going to use it on my dog's tummy and then on myself. All right. So this was a great brunch. So much more that we want to share, but we got to let people have a day.
Just know that if you're missing out on this BOGO box, or you felt like you were missing out because you didn't do it yesterday, you were hesitating, you were worried, just get in there and get it. It has 2 exclusive oils.
You're gonna be so excited.
That means you can't get them again, and you can't get them anywhere else, and you can't get, you're getting free, all kinds of free. So, just get in there and get it. It's going to run out today. And you can also, if you love your peppermint and your breathe, go ahead and add that on extra as well. And just do it, man. You're going to love it.
Today you can actually get still some of the holiday products, right? You can get 2 BOGO boxes and 5 additional peppermints.
Wow.
And breathe touches. So Celine, you can get 7 peppermints just on your account. Not to mention, like, go make some friends who have accounts and see if they'll help you out. But so it's really, really amazing. Don't forget that it's a free enrollment. Think of the people you can give that to. Think of the people whose lives you can bless with that. And just snag it up. And note, tonight, the immunity class, it's all about intentional immunity. Then we have the I Got My Oils Now What? Tomorrow, we will do another BOGO brunch. I'm so excited to see, because I want to know. We were saying yesterday, it's like, who's dating whom? You know what I mean? Like, we're going to find out who got paired up. And so we were wrong. I thought it was going to be the Easy Air, which it has made its way out into the world already. People know about that, or whatever it's called, Air Repair, Air X. I don't know.
Air X.
Thank you. And Peppermint. No, I was totally wrong, which this makes way more sense. See, this is a way better couple. I mix-matched them wrong. doTERRA knows who needs to be hanging out together. But yes, so tomorrow we'll do another BOGO brunch. Then we have our Q&A, which I am totally putting that do the oils go bad question in there for everybody to get to enjoy. And Miss Joan is going to bring it home with the strength. I cannot say enough about this series. I know that I say that about all the series, but they're just damn good. I'm sorry, but they're good. You people need to get to them. They are so good. And this one is one of those heart passion project type classes that, right? Trixie, you've been doing it too, right? It's like you witness it, you're there.
Yes, I have. And I have clients who've been coming as well. And everybody has the same feeling that, wow, it was never on our radar before, but wow. I want to know more. I want to do more. And I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lot, or a rise, right? So we're.
Yep. A rise to grow. Yeah. So we're looking at the upper chakras, throat, third eye, crown. And
good. It's going to be so good. And did you guys know we have a podcast?
Yes.
We do, and it's amazing. And so today, later in the day, another episode will be coming out. Check the website, ravensnestessentials.com, to go ahead and click through there and find out how to subscribe. Please do, because, it makes us happy. It makes us feel good about ourselves. But I do want to do a class with Miss Joan, all about meditation and the importance and the way that can really help support overall health and wellness, right? Because she's done such a great job with this series. And then I can just sit and talk to Jen for hours anyway. So I'm going to be trying to do that. There is a BOGO inventory update. Tammy, can you grab that real quick for us, since you're all here? Just came in. Hot off the presses. You should have just got it, just swooped across my phone. So I know you got it too in the team app.
Okay, well, I'm on my iPad, so I might lose you. Hold on.
Okay. That's why I asked her to do it, because I was like, I don't know how to do it on my phone and not lose you guys, because you have to go into another app. It said BOGO inventory update. So we'll grab that for you guys real quick, and then we'll let you go off with your day. She's checking
it out.
She's trying to read it. I just can't read it while I'm in this thing. I don't know how to do that.
It's everything is still the same. They just put out the PIP for the Easy Air, and they're just updating information about the Air X. So
we do still have plenty of I shouldn't say plenty. We still have some boxes.
Yes.
And you can still get 2.
It didn't say. It just said BOGO boxes are available.
All right, amazing. So if you have friends who need this, this is like the most beautiful day. Go spread love on them. And thank you so much for being here and sharing your ideas. Mwah. We love you guys.
Have a beautiful day.
Bye.
Have a wonderful day. Yes.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. Celine's like, what series? Happy birthday, Celine.
Yes.
You guys want to see something sad? Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. This is what's left of my breathe stick.
Oh.
I'm like pulling it out of there, smacking it